I started writing my first novel, eventually titled You're Clear, while I was working for an airline in customer service. Often at night before bed, I began putting the thoughts into story form. Years later, I was still working on the same little story, but suddenly I had this unquenchable urge to set this book aside and pull together a small collection of mostly comical stories about my life. I titled the collection The Colors of My Life. A common theme that kept coming up in my childhood stories was how much I have always loved and adored my mother. The day my paperbacks were delivered and sitting in a box on the front porch, my mom was told that day that she had terminal cancer. I only wanted to sit down and talk to my mom about how she felt, but I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. My heart was broken and words failed me. That box of books that I had been eagerly waiting to arrive suddenly had no value, I thought. We unlocked the door and I picked up the box. I just wanted to talk to my mom about this diagnosis. She sat down in her favorite recliner and, true to my mom's wonderful nature, said, "Hurry up, open the box so I can start reading your first book." I went to bed that night realizing that everything I wanted to say to her was in the book that she was still reading when I left that night. How much I loved her and my total devotion for whom I felt was the best mom and grandma in the world. I fell asleep that night knowing that my book wasn't about me after all. It was about delivering a message. My mom passed about a year later in February 2014. One part of me was so strong throughout the next couple years, but another part of me wept privately because I missed her so much. Then a voice told me when I was feeling void of all emotion, "Her blood runs through your veins. You are your mother." And I suddenly found my strength again. I began working on Johnny's story, and it was published a couple years ago. Because of the strength inside my mom, I can still hear her voice behind me, pushing me, encouraging me. "Be true to yourself," she still echoes to me. And in my heart, I answer her, "I am Mom, because of who you taught me to be."